Sandy Says Read. Welcome to the channel. I am back from BookNet Fest. That means I'm going to do the Back from BookNet Fest tag. I've had a lot of changes. You can probably see one of them. I've had a lot of changes since I got back from Orlando. Some of them have been horrible, terrible changes. We're going to get that out of the way first because I'm probably going to cry about it. And I want to get that done over with so I can calm down and do the rest of this filming. The reason I was only at BookNet Fest for a very short amount of time was that I needed to get back home to take care of my bird. He did pass away last weekend on Saturday morning, so he's no longer with me. You'll no longer hear his particular squeak in the background of these videos, which is heartbreaking. He's was with me for 19 years since he was a little baby, and I have a couple of his baby pictures here for you guys to see. Look at how adorable my baby was when he was a baby. Isn't he cute? This was Petrie the sun conure when he was very small and he still had a lot of green on his wings. I have thousands of pictures of him, and I won't regale you guys with all of them because, like I said, I'll start bawling and we'll have a mess to deal with. So I'm going to jump into the tag. And I will post in the drop-down box below information about the tag, where it originated. Let's see, Onyx Pages started this tag, and I'm so glad that she did because it looked like a good way to kind of sum up and wrap up some of the good things that came out of BookNet Fest for us. You'll notice I'm wearing my BookNet Fest t-shirt instead of purple. I got other purple going on instead. The first item is describe your experience at BookNet Fest in one word. And I thought about this and decided educational. It was educational for me. Even though I've been following online marketing trends and ways to use different online social media platforms, God, since Twitter began, I know that there is so much more I can learn about YouTube community and Instagram specifically. So I would call BookNet Fest educational for me. Number 2, what was your favorite session and why? My favorite session was the Instagram session on Friday evening. I think it started at 5. Anyway, that was my favorite session. Although, so many of the ones that I did get to attend were, packed with information, packed with folks, communicating good stuff to the audience and asking good questions back and forth. That one, and really that was the one I was really expecting to get a lot out of also. It was good, especially for those folks who stuck around after the Instagram workshop was over. There was maybe a 15-20 minute talk afterward where, I can't remember the gal's name now. Oh, I feel bad. I wrote it down somewhere. But one of the presenters really went in depth, showing us some ideas for staging photos and going over some tricks to use with lighting, that sort of thing. And that kind of after the workshop was really good. It was my favorite session. Number 3, what is one way that attending BookNet Fest has contributed to the growth of your BookTube experience? And I don't know yet. I've not had enough time to process everything that I took away from BookNet Fest. There have been too many deadlines and changes in my life in the last 2 weeks, guys. I'm going to have to process that some more. Number 4, what was the most enjoyable what was the most enjoyable non-bookish activity you participated in while attending BookNet Fest? Really, getting some sleep. I can be very introverted at times, and for some reason that the one night that I was there, I had so much work that I brought with me to do that when the Instagram session was done, I went back to my room. I think I used up all my extrovert points getting to BookNet Fest and getting my registration stuff picked up and getting to that workshop and, you know, talking at that workshop. I think I used up all my, I don't know, all my peopling skills in that. So I just went back to my room and worked, and I actually, you know, went to bed at a reasonable hour and got good sleep, which was weird. I expected to spend all of BookNet Fest just networking and being active and not getting any sleep. So I was really surprised by that. But I think I was so out of sorts and so concerned about getting back home that. Number 5, shout out a few content creators you were excited to meet at BookNet Fest. You know, I so very much wanted to meet up with the gals from T-Hags. I saw them Saturday morning, and they were in a group when I saw them, and I wanted to go up and say hi, and something in me was just like, you know, I've used up all my extrovert points. I can't. I wanted to just go and sit down in my next session, and so I didn't go up and say hi to them. And I feel like I missed an opportunity to visit with someone I really wanted to visit with. So I'm disappointed in myself for not going up and saying hi. But I did get to talk to, I didn't write her name down. Why didn't I write your name down? The gal from Some Bookish Things. What a pleasure to visit with you. She actually introduced herself to me and started talking to me, which was great. I'm so glad you did. And we talked about the newness, I guess, of our BookTube channels and talked about a couple of things together, great ideas together. And I'm so glad that we got to visit. And I'm so glad that reminded me to go back and find your channel again. That was wonderful. Brandy from Brandy's Books, she was wearing a purple shirt. So I sat down next to her Saturday morning and said, you know, I saw you wearing purple and I wanted to visit with you. So that was wonderful. I'm so glad that I got to visit with Brandy of Brandy's Books. And now I can, you know, follow her channel and see the cool things that she reads. Samantha of Thoughts on Tomes. I did go up and speak to her in Maori for just a moment after the keynote address. So I did get to say hello, at least. We didn't get to talk about Instagram. You were so busy, which of course you were helping run the show. So I didn't want to, try to pull you aside and add stress to your life. So I didn't visit with you about Instagram stuff. I'm going to figure that Instagram out. Let's see, James Chatham was there, but I did not get to visit with him. He actually introduced me to how to use the Discord before BookNet Fest, so that was good. I haven't used it since. I've just been so out of it. All right, number 6. If you plan to come back next year, and yes, I do, what is one thing that you would like to see different at BookNet Fest? Zoe mentioned on her channel in doing this tag that she would like to see like an activity for the folks that we bring along who might not be as nerdy about books as the rest of us are. People who might not geek out about books as much as we booktubers do, maybe having activities for them so they can hang out together. And I think that's an awesome idea. I love that because I don't know what else I would suggest. I think that my experience at BookNet Fest was so much kind of on the sidelines, so much on the fringe that I don't know that I can answer this question very well. There you have it. Number 7, finally, what exciting initiative is coming up for you on your platform that you would like other BookNet Fest attendees to support? Now, I am going to do at least one new thing here before the end of the year. But some of the smaller channels like mine might be interested in participating in a readathon that I'm going to do around the holidays. And I'm going to turn it into a more diverse holiday experience. Quite a lot of what we talked about at BookNet Fest was diversity and bringing more diverse readership and more diverse characters and more diverse voices into the BookTube experience and the reading experience. I would like to kind of add another facet to that with making I don't know if I'm making the holiday experience more diverse, but in offering to ourselves something that's outside of our comfort zone for the holidays. For example, I am a Christian and I celebrate Christmas. So around the Christmas holidays, it is in my comfort zone to read a Christmas novel or a Christmas romance. Okay, so what I want to do with the readathon that I'm putting together is to invite people to, yes, read something that's comfortable to you, but also read something that's outside of your comfort zone. Something that perhaps is exploring another person's religion, another community or culture's religious thoughts and ideals, and the way they celebrate a different religious holiday, or the way they celebrate Christmas in a different fashion, or the way they celebrate Hanukkah, or any number of things. I just want to ask people to step outside of their traditional comfort zone around the holiday season. So I'm putting that readathon together. I'm reaching out to one of my BookTube friends to participate in getting that readathon together with me. If there is a member of the BookNet Fest community who would like to help me with that, I would love to have your help. Because right now, I'm coming from one viewpoint. My friend is going to be coming from her viewpoint. I would love to bring in another viewpoint. Let's get us thinking and putting together a readathon that encourages people to just think beyond what we already know. So that's my exciting initiative. And those are the 7 questions. I'm not going to tag anyone because, hey, if you went to BookNet Fest, participate in this tag. And I am so proud of myself for getting through this without a breakdown. You guys have no idea how difficult the past week has been. So, hooray. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel and please click the bell icon because I do have new content. I try to do it every Thursday and Sunday when I don't have a major catastrophe and tragedy happen in my life. And I'm going to be posting new content that, feeds off of what I learned from BookNet Fest and just the regular stuff that I enjoy doing here. Thank you so much, guys.